before we dive into the video, first, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who left me birthday wishes. It warmed my heart. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. And the second thing I wanted to say is the first HP Labs giveaway winner out of the 3. The first one is Brianna Simpson. Congratulations. Send me a DM on Instagram to claim your $150 HP Labs gift card. Number 2, you have another chance to be able to win in this video. All you have to do is comment down below what you think my stage weight will be in pounds. And then also right next to it, write down your Instagram handle. So 1, follow me on Instagram at MikeDiamonds23. 2, comment down below what you think my stage weight will be with your Instagram handle. Leave the video a like, and then you're automatically entered. So follow on Instagram, MikeDiamonds23, comment my stage weight in pounds, and also your Instagram handle right next to it. And I'll pick a winner on Saturday once I find out what my stage weight is. And let's kick the video off.
What have I told you? In 160 days, your life would change. 6 months of pure focus to change your physical and mental makeup. I've been told I've changed, and in all honesty, I didn't work this hard to stay the same. 7 days out. Another chance at success, even if it's through failure.
78, Michael Diamond.
We've come so far. We've covered a range of topics, including the science of losing stubborn fat, and detailed the science that helped me transform my body. We stepped on stage the very first time as a natural athlete. I've made a detailed video about my diet, cardio, morning routine, but I failed to speak on a number 1 tip to lose all belly fat. It's simple, and without it, I doubt I would have achieved any of my results. Intermittent fasting. It helps you lose weight, gain muscle, and even improves your cognitive function. In this video, I'll explain the science and how you can help implement it. But before we dive in each and every single video, it's been helpful, informative, and science-backed. Do leave the video a like. This will help people, a lot of people, with a simple solution to fat loss. Subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification when I upload. Let's kick it off.
My mama told me that I need to get up and I need to get my ass out the couch. She said if you ain't gon' get to this money, then you need to get your ass out the house. She said don't you come up in here without a plan, boy, without a check in your hand. I got the message, she was spread thin, so a nigga had to expand. I am the monster that listen a lot. I send some children to shoot up your shot. I get your lady a part in my movie. She sick of you treating her like she a prop. Scared to die, you get sacrificed. Spit the rhymes on the track one time. I'm like Ye and Jay-Z combined. Nigga slap me 5 on the black hand side of the scene.
Number 1 tip for fat loss is intermittent fasting. So currently I'm 7 days out from my second and final competition. So the video will be more of a blend of a day in the life and also very science-backed. I know the last few videos have been very structured in terms of science, but this one, I'll show you everything I'm doing. I'll throw a lot of tips and tricks that I'm using to be able to lose and burn fat, so you can see what I'm doing 7 days out from my competition. And I'll be throwing in 4 different studies that prove why intermittent fasting is beneficial. So I start my morning off with a coffee, and I need to take my implied before I go on my steps with Blue. So throughout the video, I'll be showing you guys everything I do.
Intermittent fasting. It's not a diet, but it's more of an eating protocol, eating within certain periods of time. Now, tip number 1, there are different methods of doing it. On the more extreme end, you have alternate day fasting, where you fast for an entire 24 hours and you eat within the next 24 hours, where you basically skip a day of eating. But I consider this more aggressive. In terms of the more manageable and the more popular variations of intermittent fasting, you get the 20-hour fast eating in a 4-hour window period, and I do this when I'm having extremely busy days. However, the most popular and the one that I use more frequently is the 16-hour fast, and you eat within an 8-hour window period. So when you go and sleep, or when your last meal occurs, that is when your 16 hours will start. You'll fast for 16 hours. After the 16-hour period, you eat all your meals within an 8-hour window period. Now, this is shown to have many benefits within the human body, both in the physical and chemical nature, but I'll speak about this more as we go on. Tip number 2, what it does, what happens on the more cellular level of your body. It increases human growth hormone, and especially in a caloric restriction, it has proven and shown to be able to maintain your muscle mass when you're trying to lose body fat, or even improve lean muscle mass. Other benefits is it decreases insulin. And low insulin has shown to be able to help in lipolysis, fat burning. What also happens is there's an increase in catecholamines. Now, catecholamines is the main hormone that attaches to the fat receptors that allow the fat to be mobilized out of the fat cells into the body to be able to utilize as energy. And even being in a fasted state has shown to take those catecholamines and take it to your midsection that has shown being able to burn that stubborn fat on the stomach. Now, 3, its major benefits is weight loss and improved insulin resistance. There's also been shown in evidence that there's cardiovascular improvement. A decrease in LDL has shown benefits and improvement in individuals who suffer with atherosclerosis. Moving on, there's also cognitive improvement. The hormone BDNF is improved, which helps with brain function, focus, and also being able to create new nerve cells between your brain and the rest of your body. And finally, fasting has shown to improve individuals who suffer with type 2 diabetes, or has even shown to be able to prevent that from happening. But the major drawback that individuals find is hunger. So a lot of people are like, Mike, you're crazy. How do you deal with the hunger? Well, I've been doing this for the past 4 years. It is sustainable, and I'll explain exactly how the science works and how it really isn't that bad. Let's kick it off.
Believes that intermittent fasting equates to hunger. Ghrelin is the so-called hunger hormone. In this particular study, ghrelin was measured over a 24-hour period. First, ghrelin levels are lowest at approximately 9 a.m. in the morning. This corresponds to the measures of circadian rhythm, which finds consistently that hunger is lowest first thing in the morning. But this is also generally the longest period of the day where you have not eaten. This reinforces the fact that hunger is not simply a function of not having eaten in a while. At 9 a.m., you have not eaten for about 14 hours, yet you are the least hungry. Also notice that there are 3 distinct peaks corresponding to lunch, dinner, and the next day's breakfast, but it does not continually increase. After the initial wave of hunger, it recedes. Even if you don't eat, ghrelin shows a spontaneous decrease after approximately 2 hours without food consumption.
If I'm still holding condition, then I might do it.
That's why I will not cheat too much before.
After the show? If you guys think I should do the show with Max, that's 2 weeks. So we compete this Saturday.
This Saturday and next Saturday is another.
There's one more show next Saturday. Write down in the comments if I should do it.
We should do it together.
Fuck, man.
Leave the like.
Leave a like and then I'll do it. Oh man, bro, I'm so ready to eat. But I could hold it. I could hold it for another week.
The same study, 33 subjects had their ghrelin measured over 84 hours after fasting, and they divided the results by men and women, as well as obese and lean. Over 3 days of fasting, ghrelin decreased gradually. This means that patients were less hungry despite not having eaten for the past 3 days. They all expect to be ravenously hungry, but actually find that their hunger completely disappears.
And we're back from the gym. I want to speak about the cognitive improvements that you can get using intermittent fasting. Now, there's a lot of research that's still ongoing. Some of them are used clinically on rats, some of them have been used on humans, but there has been proof that intermittent fasting improves BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Now, this protein is responsible for creating new synapses within the brain and in the body, so there's a lot of benefits to intermittent fasting, and it has shown to improve cognitive function. Personally, I study on an empty stomach. There's a lot of times, especially in the morning, as I shown in my morning routine, what I'll typically have as a source of energy is coffee. And if I also do say I have maybe a cup of coffee in the morning, and if I don't decide to take a pre-workout, I have another cup of coffee before training. 2 cups is recommended in terms of a source of caffeine. Now, another question I typically get, Mike, how do you train fasted? Now, the body does contain a storage of glucose within the muscles and within the liver. So you do have a source of energy when you're training. And I've trained my entire prep, mostly 90% in a fasted state. So it's not just that I'm spewing a lot of science, I do practice what I preach. However, if I am looking for a source of energy just because I'm low, what I'll do is I'll take an RP Max. This is my favorite pre-workout. I love it, the mango flavor. If you do want to try it out, you can use the discount code DIAMONDS10, and the link to my supplements is in the description. If I don't want that itching feeling, or I just want some sort of energy that is not as severe and strong as this, I do take OxyShred. If you want to try the hardcore, there's also that. You just need to look in terms of how much caffeine you want, but between these two I have that as pre-workout. And finally, in terms of doing my cardio, I do take BCAAs. Now, a lot of comments I also got was, Mike, doesn't the BCAAs take you out of a fasted state? Now, being considered to be in a fasted state requires you to spike insulin. Now, this BCAA has 0 calories and doesn't have any carbs at all. So the carbohydrates aren't stimulating the insulin. But that is just from me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll leave the video there. If you guys did enjoy it, do smash with a thumbs up. The support has been awesome lately. If you guys do want to look for a way to support me, using my discount code on my supplements does help me out. It helps me make these videos for you guys. And if you use the link in the description, buying any of the clothes from Gymshark also supports me. And I'd like to say thank you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It'll be my peak week video. So for you guys to stay to the end, peace.